it's not at all what this is. This is basically for anybody that fishes. You go fishing. You just want to throw a line out there and see what takes the bait, right? This is a presumption of law. They put this name on a document, and it could be anything. And then from there, they have to get this guy.
Flesh and blood, you.
To fit himself into their presumption. And that presumption is that you're bound by one of their statutes that regulates you, which is a contract, right? So this name could be anything. This name is a person. This is a person. I've heard people say, I'm not a person because a person defined in that act is this and this and this and this. Well, you only sound like an idiot when you say you're not a person. Of course you're a person. But they redefine the word person within their own act. And that's why I say, well, I'm a person, but I'm a person as defined in Black's Law Dictionary. What definition are you using? Yeah. Oh, no, feel free to...
Just a person, like, if you actually look back at the
I know.
ancient ancestry of the word...
Persona, the whole 9 yards.
It comes from the Greek.
The problem is as society evolves, we've all come to call ourselves persons, right?
Right. So it's
Yeah.
evolution.
We act in the capacity of a... Yeah.
Do use it like that.
We act in the capacity of a person. We can go back to ancient laws about where they say, well, it comes from the Latin persona and this and that. Well, I'm not a person and this and that, right? That's actually, it's an irrelevant argument. It's really irrelevant. That's why people are losing in court, just saying, I'm not a person.
But that's where they screw it in the courts, because everyone's operating by the modern definition. If the law of society is working by the old definition,
Yeah.
you're a person, you're a personage, you take an oath guilty, or you enter into contract.
Yeah. See, but this is the problem. I can ask 100 different people. I can ask 1,000 different people what person means, and I'm going to get 1,000 different answers. So it's that argument is also irrelevant. It all comes down to and here's the problem.
Well, it's a presumption of law that all parties involved know what they're talking about.
It's a presumption of law in the terms of, and I'm trying to think of the best way to describe this because I'm not used to dealing with this. It's a presumption of law in courts deal in presumptions that until rebutted stand. So if they make this term generic enough, it could mean anything. So any presumption will go. Any presumption. Because they operate on presumptions. And they need you to not rebut those presumptions. Yes. Yeah. Yeah, so we all know that the man, you know, is, and then when I take it from my own name, I've capitalized it, and it's capitis diminutio minima, and then they take my family name away and they capitalize my family name only, and it's capitis diminutia media. That's a medium loss of rights. And then they create this all capital letter name that if I agree to accommodate that name, it's capitis diminutia maxima, and it's a complete loss of rights. And you can't make those arguments in court, right? Yep.
They have each different type in the different areas.
Yeah, it's a presumption of law, so anything fits into that. You could fit into this presumption of law. It encompasses everything. So from there, you have to start and you have to work backwards and remove the presumptions. Is the way you have to work in this in court, right? And they have to, once you rebut presumptions, yeah, like you just, yeah, it's a presumption of law. Yeah, but the thing is if you start with a presumption of law, then you go on to identify what, you know, so you narrow down the presumption from there. And you can basically work backwards from a presumption and go all the way back to a man by rebutting contracts that don't exist. And it restores your rights automatically. So that's why everybody they think, well, no, that's not me. Well, no, actually, that could be you.
But isn't it easiest just to say, you know, when they say it's your name, such and such, well, can you prove what isn't required to have a name?
Well, you are. I mean, unless you want to get locked away, if you're required, if you're gonna live in society, you're gonna have to have a name. They can't just call you man. There's 7 billion mans on this planet. We're all mankind.
Ownership, can I not name myself?
Yes, you can. So it depends on what you're calling yourself in what contracting capacity. When you enter a contract with somebody, you have to pause it. proudly identify yourself
I have to have a name.
for that contract.